ನಾದೇರ್ದೆ ತನದೇರೆ ನಾ ನಾದೇರ್ದೆ ತನದೇರೆ ನಾ ನಾದೇರ್ದೆ ತನದೇರೆ ನಾ ತನನನದೇರೆ ನಾ ಕದರದಾನ ದಾನೆ ನಾದೇರ್ದೆ ತನದೇರೆ ನಾ ನಾದೇರ್ದೆ ತನದೇರೆ ನಾ चाल माझी गिर्रेबाज नखरा माझा कुर्रेबाज चाल माझी गिर्रेबाज नखरा माझा कुर्रेबाज चाल माझी गिर्रेबाज नखरा माझा कुर्रेबाज नजरेत कशी माझ्या फुलावणी हो नजरेत कशी माझ्या फुलावणी हो शृंगाराचा प्राण मी इश्काचा बाण मी शृंगाराचा प्राण मी इश्काचा बाण मी लावण्याची खाण मी लावणी हो लावण्याची खाण मी लावणी हो लावण्याची खाण मी लावणी हो
शृंगाराचा प्राण मी इश्काचा बाण मी शृंगाराचा प्राण मी इश्काचा बाण मी लावण्याची खाण मी लावणी हो लावण्याची खाण मी लावणी हो लावण्याची खाण मी लावणी हो तालामध्ये पैंजण ऋण जुळती तालामध्ये पैंजण ऋण जुळती बाजू बंद वाकी कशा चमचमती बाजू बंद वाकी कशा चमचमती शालू माझा भरजरी चोरी तंग अंजिरी शालू माझा भरजरी चोरी तंग अंजिरी नाकामध्ये हिरकणीची मोरणी हो नाकामध्ये हिरकणीची मोरणी हो कविता मी सदा नवतरणी
शृंगाराचा प्राण मी इश्काचा बाण मी शृंगाराचा प्राण मी इश्काचा बाण मी लावण्याची खाण मी
And the Hollywood movies Sleepwalkers Anonymous and Dr. Ravi and Mr. Hyde. She is a recipient of the famous Mangeshkar Foundation Adishakti Award in India and the Jagatik Marathi Academy's Award for her musical Sundara Manamade Bharli. As an author, her 2 books were listed among the top 10 in a survey by Maharashtra Times, the top newspaper of Maharashtra. As a playwright, Meena received the Anna Saheb Kirloskar Puraskar and the Maharashtra State Award for Best Playwright for her play Augha Rang Ekachi Zhala. Dr. Meena and her husband, Dr. Anil Nerurkar, had a long and successful joint medical practice in Philadelphia and got a feather in their cap when they were invited to the White House by President Bill Clinton to participate in a healthcare reform in 1994. They are now based in New Jersey, USA, and split their time between the USA and India. Namaskar, friends. I'm Anita Kulkarni. Very warm greetings and welcome to Renu Forum, where we celebrate and worship arts.
Thank you, Anita, for inviting me on your Renu Forum to start this 2022, your new series. I hope COVID is behind us, and I hope the remaining year for everybody goes healthy and wealthy and fulfilling.
Meena, your entire journey is very beautiful and very, very interesting. But I really want to start with the subject of Lavani, the art form that I mentioned in your introduction. Now, this art form is very striking, very attractive, but it also has that little element of misinterpretation in terms of, being overly bold or erotic in its romantic shade. Now, how did you even conduct the research on it, and what did you find? And I remember your mentions that Lavani is actually connected to certain aspects of Kathak that comes from North India. So tell us all about your journey into Lavani.
Actually, I stumbled upon it accidentally. I had started doing performances here in America from 1989, 1990. And my first show was based on saints of Maharashtra called Maze Mahera Pandhari. After that, a charity organization called Share and Care organization, they contacted me. They wanted me to translate that show into Hindi. But I said, how am I going to translate Abhanga, which was the basis of the show? How am I going to translate the Abhanga? So I created another show called Shanti Dew, which catered to Gujarati population. Gujarati or non-Marathi population. And that show also became a big hit. Maze Mahera Pandhari had become a hit amongst Maharashtrians. Shanti Doot became a hit amongst non-Maharashtrians. But then so many people started contacting me. They thought I'm specializing only in God-related shows. Because in Shanti Doot we had shown Kabir, Nanak, Meera, Krishna. So they thought I'm only specializing in these devotional kind of shows. And I didn't want to be at the start of, that was my start, and I didn't want to be stamped as only a devotional person. So I had to do something different. Around the same time, famous poet Vasant Bapat came on his poems. He used to recite poems, and he came on that Kavita Vachan tour of America, and we had a show in our house. And I knew he really was an expert on Lavani. So I asked him, can you write a show for me? Write a script for me? Because at the same time, Maharashtra Foundation, which is a charity organization in New Jersey area, that asked me to perform a show for that year's fundraising. Initially, and even now, actually, I do shows only for fundraising and for charity organizations. So that year, Maharashtra Foundation had already asked me for another show. Vasant Bapat was there. I wanted to get away from my devotional show creator type image. And so that all these things came together, and Vasant Bapat wrote me a script of Tamasha. And that's how it started. Now, when I started, I really had no idea of background of Lavani. Looking back, I think I was stupid to ask Vasant Bapat to write me a script on Lavani show. I knew nothing about Lavani. I was just impressed by seeing Lavani in Ghashiram Kotwal or Launi in Vichamaji Puri Kara. I just loved that dance form, that Thaska as we call it, and the expressions of Launi. But I knew nothing about the background of Launi. So after Vasant Bapat wrote me the script of this tamasha, I started doing the research because, to have the whole show on Launi. And in those days, there was no internet. I could not watch any videos. I couldn't even see if any research if show on Launi has been done in India, in Maharashtra. So I asked for the books. And my father sent me a lot of books on Launi. And he was really very upset. He said, "Why do you need books on Launi? Can't you do some of that dancing?" Because he knew, growing up in Maharashtra, he knew the background of Launi, but I had no idea. Anyway, and then as I was reading Launi, I realized that Launi was actually originated during Maratha creation of Maratha empires, when Marathi youth went all over India. They needed some form of entertainment, and that's why Launi was created. So Launi was actually created in Chhauni of Sainik, barracks of these Maratha soldiers for their entertainment. And during the Maratha reign, during second Bajirao's reign, he created Launi as a court dance. He gave it, like honor of being a court dance. And that time, so many poets and singers flourished, and Launi really became the main dance of Maharashtra. However, after Maratha Empire started to diminish, their power went down. Launi dancers, they didn't have any livelihood. They didn't know where to go next. So they started, the Launi lost its Rajashray, or the honor it had. And the Launi dancers started doing dances to provide livelihood. And then from there started, along with the Maratha Empire decline, the Launi dances decline also started. And they resorted to some cheap dancing just to please the audience, to cheap dancing. And that's why Launi got such a bad repute. Now, when I was doing this show, I read it. There's a very nice book called Marathi Launi by Merva Dhon, and I really literally read everything. Word Launi comes from Sanskrit word Lavanya, means beautiful. So the origin of word Launi is so nice, but it had really fallen in disrepute because of the Maratha Empire decline and Launi dances decline. So I didn't want to touch that part. I just wanted to, the songs are so beautiful. So I just wanted to explore these songs. So that's how I started doing the show. And then we named it Sundaramana Made Bharli because it's a very famous Launi by a famous poet, Ram Joshi. So we named it Sundaramana Made Bharli. And even in that show, the first half was the Peshwai Launis during Peshwai period. So we had all these classical things. And in the second half, we did Launis, which were famous in Marathi movies. There were a lot of Tamasha Marathi movies in the Maharashtra in 60s and 70s. So we took the Launis from those, and we had second half of the show as Gramin, village dance Launi. So that's how I designed the show. But when when I said, yes, I'll do a show on Launi, I didn't know this background. So when we went to India, some of the people didn't come for the show because they had that principle, we don't see tamasha. Not good people don't see tamasha. So some people didn't come for the show. But on the other hand, so many people, especially women in their 80s, they flocked the theaters because all their lives they were waiting for this opportunity to see tamasha. During when they were children, during their childhood, they had heard or they had seen the men of the household they leave at night and they would see this tamasha, and there was this discussion in hushed voice. Oh, they've gone to tamasha. So they knew something, that it was not something which women or good people watch, but men of their household had gone and seen Lavani. So many women in their late 70s, 80s would come again to see this Lavani show. So the Ramanavathi, when we took the show to India, and they would say, we want to bless you because of you we got to see what tamasha
was. Through the historic evolution of the art
yes
form. And I really want to tell our audience about your that aspect of you, because you believe in the historic research and presentation, and it's not just a superficial, one dance of 3 minutes and over. You go in the depth of it and tell everyone how things originated and where and what contributed to their evolution. I have recently witnessed your very beautiful small 20-minute production on the glimpses of Maharashtra, the state that we both come from, and how you portrayed the historic happenings around the Shivaji era, and very beautifully depicted through music and dance.
I wanted to mention all the top poets of Shahir, as they were called, during Peshwai time. So we took Lavani of Ram Joshi, we took Lavani of Honaji Pala, we took Lavani of Parshuram, Prabhakar, we took Lavani of Parshuram. These are all poets of Peshwai times. Some Brahmins, some non-Brahmins, because it was a taboo for Brahmin people to write tamasha, to write Lavani. But we covered all those aspects in the first half of Sundaramanamadhi show.
मुंबई नगरी गबडी बाका मुंबई नगरी गबडी बाका रावणाची लंका वाजतो या डंका तो डंकाच मुलगी तो डंकाच मुलगी राहण्याला गुलाबाची फुलकी राहण्याला गुलाबाची फुलकी अशी मुंबई अशी मुंबई अशी मुंबई
अशी मुंबई अशी मुंबई अशी मुंबई अशी मुंबई अशी मुंबई
मुंबई नगरी ग सदा तरुणी आहा मुंबई नगरी ग सदा तरुणी व्यापार चाले कसा दिन भरुनी मुंबई नगरी ग सदा तरुणी व्यापार चाले कसा दिन भरुनी पाण्यावरनी जहाजे फिरती आगोटीची निराळीच धरती आगोटीची निराळीच धरती
अशी मुंबई अशी मुंबई अशी मुंबई अशी मुंबई अशी मुंबई
परळ पासूनी सरळ रस्ता परळ पासूनी सरळ रस्ता आयखळ्याच्या अग पुलावरचा परळ पासूनी सरळ रस्ता आयखळ्याच्या अग पुलावरचा पुढं लागेल तुला खडापारशी आहा पुढं लागेल तुला खडापारशी तुला राहायला दिला बिनवारशी का तुला राहायला दिला बिनवारशी अगं बटाट्याची चाळ तुला कायमची बहाल अगं बटाट्याची चाळ तुला कायमची बहाल अगं बटाट्याची चाळ तिथे बांधून याचा मग ताल धरशी गणारी मग ताल धरशी गणारी मग ताल धरशी गणारी जपून जपून चाल घाईत घाईत होती हाल पोळे जपून जपून चाल घाईत घाईत होतील हाल पोळे जपून जपून चाल घाईत घाईत होतील मग हात सावरी तोल आपटे बापूचा बोला आपटे बापूचा बोला आपटे बापूचा बोला आपटे बापूचा बोला आपटे बापूचा बोला
for the benefit of those in the audience who do not know the production, the Marathi play is called Sundara Manamadhe Bharli. The production was a transatlantic operation on your part, and as a producer director of professional caliber, you actually worked with amateurs in the community. You set up the play in the US and then carried it to India, the whole production. And the play saw over 100 commercial shows of the play. So it really made waves at that time. And we would love to know about how you went about setting up the production. We would love to know what were the challenges and the joys and some of the high points in your journey of Sundara.
When we did the first show, I had just done it for Maharashtra Foundation, so it was a local amateur artist art group. But the show became such a hit that I started getting invitations from all. I think number one, it was a novelty. Nobody had seen so many dances in a show at one time as a play, in 3 hours period. And it was a dance-based show. And Launi and Tamasha had fallen into such bad repute. Nobody ever imagined people from good families, professional people, with their families, like my daughter and I used to perform. My husband Anil used to be playing a side rhythm. So people from good families come here and do good dances because I had done the choreography. And I had done choreography giving justice to the songs. Our costumes, like we didn't have any cheap steps, or we didn't have our pallu off the shoulder, or, like we had very decent costumes, very decent choreography, which embellish the beauty of the songs. One thing about costumes, it's interesting because I was in America for 25 years by then. So I remembered the costumes of Maharashtra 25 years ago. I was frozen in time. So when I was selecting costumes for Sundara, I selected those Nawaris, which are typical Nawaris with big irkali pallu and like big cart paithani. We had kambarpatta, then we had proper jewelry, we had gajras. Everything was very proper, which I remembered 25 years ago, how traditional women dressed in Nawari. Whereas by that time, in Maharashtra, Launis were performed in cheap nylon saris with cheap steps. Their pallu was never there, pallus. So people, they really rediscovered their own culture through our dance. And as I said, my daughter and I used to perform in the show, and we used to dance Launi called Aimala Nesava Shalumala. And people loved that dance so much. We used to get once more for that dance. So people loved this family and good people performing good dances. Like I remember in Honaji Bara, some Launis, there were words which were direct words. Like there was nothing hinting or something, some very description of woman, So and my daughter was doing that dance. So I had suggested steps where she turns backwards, she walks back, and she does those lines. So people love that modesty of choreography. And I think that was a costume, modesty of choreography embellishing the beautiful Launis. I think people loved that part of the. And our last dance, all 4 girls used to come and then do such a vigorous dance steps. So the whole show was filled with happiness, enjoyment, beats. And in between, the Sutradhar Songadia used to come and comment on the current political situations or current situation in Mumbai and Maharashtra. So it was a complete entertainment. There was comedy, there was dance, there was beautiful girls dancing, there was very proper costume, very beautiful choreography, sets, lights. So people, they just couldn't have enough of the show. I remember in Pune, when we used to book Balagandharva for that, we used to see familiar faces in the first four lines, because you could see only the first four lines. And same faces for all four shows, because people who would come, they would book for all four tickets for all four shows. It really was a big hit. And I think because it was a complete entertainment, complete good family entertainment.
पदरावरती जर तारीचा मोर नाचरा हवा आई मला नेसव शालू नवा आई मला नेसव शालू नवा पदरावरती जर तारीचा मोर नाचरा हवा आई मला नेसव शालू नवा आई मला नेसव शालू नवा बांधिला सैल सर बुचडा मानेवरी माळला सुरंगी गजरा गद्यावरी मोकळ्या पटाया रुळती झाडावरी केसावरती लहर उठविली फिरवून हळू गंगा आई मला नेसव शालू नवा आई मला नेसव शालू नवा डोळ्यात रेखिले काजळ मऊ झोंबते कानात घातले लोलक मी लोंबते फिरून मोहिनी ऐण्याशी धावते गोऱ्या भाळी कोरून ल्याले पुनवेचा चांदवा आई मला नेसव शालू नवा आई मला नेसव शालू नवा मज पहावयास येतील ग कोणते पाहिले कालपण मावळ मी जाणते ऐकुणास त्याच्या नजरी वाखाणते नसतीचा सैहुरिया घुमतो ग पायवा आई मला नेसव शालू नवा आई मला नेसव शालू नवा पदरावरती सरतारीचा मोर नाचरा हवा आई मला नेसव शालू नवा आई मला नेसव शालू नवा आई मला नेसव शालू नवा
I think it was the dignified form of Lavani that you presented
Yeah.
before them, which
People-
was which was perhaps very unexpected, and
Yes.
it was received well. And
Yes.
yeah, I see what you mean. Very beautifully narrated.
Yes. And what happened, I later on, I was invited in Aklutz. They do Lavani Mahotsav, 3 days of Lavani Mahotsav. And there they invite all kinds, in Maharashtra, in 5 jilla. Lavani is performed only in those 5 jilla. Kolhatis, Dangar, these castes are typically associated with Lavani performance. So those people used to come, and that time I found out that Lavani is not what I had imagined Lavani to be. like how those groups they come, these girls, they had run away from the houses and then they joined some troops. So I was really surprised, and that time I saw why Launi had gotten a bad name. So in a way, I really was happy that we created this, enthusiasm, and now Launis are performed in top theaters of Mumbai. I remember our manager was Jitendra Kulkarni, and he always used to show me just before the show. He used to say, Minate, come outside and see how many cars are parked for Launi show. This is really a cultural revolution we are creating. So
Wow.
everybody associated with the show, they were very excited because we had shown them their, our own form of entertainment, which had gone, which was ignored for so long. Actually, Launi, there are some beautiful Launis, Ganeshama Sundara, which we call Bhupali. The morning song, which is very popular for last so many 60 years, that also is Launi.
Very beautiful. Having seen some of your other work, I can clearly see your interest, deep interest in history. Your projects are research based and they definitely have a very beautiful and artistic depiction of history. So Lavani and Sundara, they are another great example. We all knew the art form called Lavani, but we did not really know this historic background of it. And sure enough, like some other classical dance forms of India, like Odissi or Bharatanatyam, that went through their own ups and downs on the historic timeline during different dynasties and kingdoms and eras. Lavani seems to have gone through its own highs and lows. And sure enough, Sundara seems to have worked like a revival, worked for the revival of Lavani. And so the entire Maharashtra should really be grateful for this endeavor of yours. Congratulations and thank you. Meena, after hearing these absolutely amazing stories and your wonderful narrations of them, I do want to go back in time. Meena, please tell us about your childhood and the training years. I know you have mentioned the training in 3 classical dance styles. At what age did you start that training and what was it like? And tell us some special memories and unique instances and even anecdotes if you remember. Can you explain with maybe some gestures and demonstrative actions or movements the different highlights of the 3 styles, Kathak, Bharatanatyam, and Manipuri, and how it gave you the amalgam or the blend that you work with now? The Kathak dance, for instance, is known for its tatkar and the footwork. Bharatanatyam for its sculptural form, poses and postures. What is Manipuri known for?
You said in your opening passage, Anita, I from doctor family.
अवघा जमलेला वाद्यवृंद अवघा जमलेला रंग पिका परी तुझ्या विना रे रंग पिका परी तुझ्या विना रे रंग पिका परी तुझ्या विना मायदेशीच्या वाटे आलो मायदेशीच्या वाटे आलो मायदेशीच्या वाटे आलो आप्तमित्र जन येथे जमले हा भाग्याचा दिवस खरा आप्तमित्र जन येथे जमले हा भाग्याचा दिवस खरा कौतुक करण्या आतुरलेले कौतुक करण्या आतुरलेले उत्सुक साऱ्या ह्या नजरा रंग जमू दे असा आज सखी तृप्त होऊ दे रसिकवरा रे तृप्त होऊ दे रसिकवरा रे तृप्त होऊ दे रसिकवरा मायदेशीच्या वाटे आलो मायदेशीच्या वाटे आलो मिलन वाला हे दुनिया मिलन वाला हे दुनिया आशीर्वाद तव हे देखा विनाशक गणराया हे विघ्न 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 विनाशक गणराया
Meena, it's been amply said here on this show, in your introduction, and also elsewhere, that you are really amazing when it comes to the audience connection. One of your team members, I know, has said that you really know the prekshakachi nas in Marathi, meaning that you can read the pulse of your audience. Now, is there a formula? Is there an equation that you follow, or do you just go by your gut and intuition? What do you see? I mean, in your vision and imagery, what is it that tells you what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and how do you strike that connection? If you can share something about it. I have experienced it myself when I was in the audience. You did not know it, but I have watched Sundara sitting in one of the theaters in Mumbai. That connection, that strong connect, where the whole audience is with you.
Good point. But I think I was a doctor all my life. But one of my mother's patients was the manager of Ravindra Natya Mandir when I was growing up. And he always used to, my mother was also a gynecologist, and because of my mother, he had 2 nice children. So he always used to thank my mother. And he would keep 2 seats for any show, and he would tell us, such a dance show is coming, or this natak is coming. So I have watched innumerable dance shows, plays while growing up in Shivaji Park. Before even coming to America, I have watched innumerable shows in Ravindra Natya Mandir, as long as he was a manager of Ravindra Natya Mandir. So I think more you see, more you receive from the shows, and that's why I think I know good and bad of the show, good and bad of natak. I didn't have any official training in natak. I performed right from the first grade. I've been on the stage performing dance, even dramas, everything. When I was in KM Hospital, I used to perform in Gujarati theatre, and that time Kanti Madia and Prabodh Joshi, very big directors of Gujarati theatre. They were our directors. So other than those 2, I have never received official training, but I have watched a lot. And I guess being like a doctor, you have to observe a lot. You see patients, and you observe from patients what and you make a diagnosis. So I guess I have developed that eye for observing, and I see good and bad, and you try to always bring, and dancing is only my professional training in my background. So that's why I guess I know what I like is what people will like. And unless I like something, whether it is a script, mostly nowadays I write my scripts, but unless I like my script or I feel very emotionally connected, I mean, I have to have tears from my eyes during some of the, in the script. And once I get very emotionally connected, then only I approve that, even my script. Otherwise, I reject that script. And I think over the years now, I have been doing these plays and shows in America for over 30 years now, 89. So, and luckily, thank God, Natarajachi Krupa, grace of Nataraj. Most of the shows have been very, very successful. And one of our artists, Kiran Jogrekar, he always used to say, prekshakanchi nurse mahiye. You know what audience likes. And I guess that's what observing and just I've observed a lot. I've seen a lot of shows, and that's why I know what I will like and what people will like. And I will not put anything on stage if I don't like it. Most of these great people, I'm sure they must be doing it. They must be visualizing it, because in famous plays you do see all kinds of instructions being such a versatile the police. So that was another scary incident. And we didn't, all these shows were happening without any problem. And we realized, why did that guy think that this was a show like this? And then we realized next day we went to Shirdi, because from Sinnar, Shirdi was very close by. And throughout the village of Sinnar, there were posters. Come and see Sundaramanaमध्ये भरली धुंद फुंद लावण्यांचा शो. We were came in next day's Lokasatta that thank you, people of Mumbai, I found my purse.
पक्षे पक्षे तू तिथंच थांब मी येतो दुसरीकडून येऊन मी तुला घेऊन जातो अरे अरे सोड अरे सोड सोड
शिवा शिवाय काय झालं शिवाय काय झालं माझ्या मुलाचं आयुष्य बरबाद झालं
पक्षे इथे नका थांबू तुला आपलीच करला थोडा थोडा पण लागेल तर मी नक्की येणार तुला भेटायला अरे शोधा शोधा कुठे तो जाणार
संधी काली आशा सुंदरा दिशा दिशा संधी काली आशा सुंदरा दिशा दिशा
Meena, you have had a very successful
That ocean of love again starts booming. You don't know where that love comes from. And then
project.
And same thing, thank you Anita for inviting me.
लावण्याची खाण मी लावणी हो, लावण्याची खाण मी लावणी हो. भुईवर भिंगरी बिजली नभी, भुईवर भिंगरी बिजली नभी. भिंगरी बिजली नभी, भुईवर भिंगरी बिजली नभी. क्षणभर तरी कशी राहू उभी, क्षणभर तरी कशी राहू उभी. छुम छुम नाचे ना हृदयात पोचे ना, छुम छुम नाचे ना हृदयात पोचे ना. जवानांची वेळ झाली छावणी हो, जवानांची वेळी